Alright, guys, we're going to be taking a look at Chris Chan's first public announcement. I believe this was around when people started to try to first troll him around that time. Now, let's get right into what he's about to say.
Hello, my name is Christian Weston Chandler from Rutgersville, Virginia.
I like how he says Ruckersville, Virginia. Like he's like, it almost sounds like he's trying to do like a little song lyric there, you know? Just the way he, yeah, it's a cute little thing. I like that, Chris Chan. Uh, I am a little concerned how he's already out of breath. Like, was he jogging before this video, or is he just, like, not okay?
It has come to my attention that I have a lot more fans of my electric hedgehog Pokemon Saichu than I had originally thought.
Well, that's one way to put trolls, but, I digress.
And I thank each and every one of you for your support. And I will draw more comics when I get some positive inspiration.
In other words, he's just gonna do them whenever he feels like.
Or when I feel like it. After all, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Christian, for being at least honest there. A lot of authors wouldn't do that. At least Christian's honest in this one aspect.
Everybody has a life, so do I. I have a life. Anyway, it has also come to my attention that I have a lot of people who may have picked up on the wrong theories of my person. I will not quote any hate sites, but I would like to humbly apologize.
He's talking about Encyclopedia Dramatica. That's the one he's talking about. He's too scared to even say its name. Voldemort to him.
For appearing to be some kind of sleaze, troll, badass, or whatever adjectives, good or explicit, you may feel about me.
He is all of those things, by the way. Just gonna say that. Actually, I'm not one to talk when it comes to the fat part. Yeah. Ask you on that one, but he is a bit of a sleaze.
Please understand, I am a 25-year-old high-functioning autistic male with a simple, peaceful dream of...
Chris Chan, how far you've fallen. Like, this is after you already threatened to kill a dude because, like, he won a singing competition. No, man. Just no.
becoming a father of a sweet...
I would not trust you around a child even at this time. Okay? Let alone now. Like, that would just be terrifying.
little pretty girl who I will dub the name Crystal Weston Chandler.
It's also weird you're fixated on having a girl specifically. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that seems a little sus to me.
Crystal, a name that sounds similar to mine, but
20 bucks says he just wanted a name that sounds like his. I'm going to guarantee you he just tried to make his name into a feminine. Not Christine was a name.
it has a nice ring to it, and it's also similar to the illustrious metal that is mined from the Earth's ground.
Pretty sure crystal isn't a metal. It's sort of like a gemstone. I'm pretty sure. That's semantics. It's close enough that I'm not gonna. I'm being wrong about it.
Weston, my mother's maiden name, and a proper English name from royal descent.
Oh yeah, he believes he's descended from English royalty. That's a fun little factoid, Christian. I'm sure that's better than everyone.
As a matter of fact, among my mother's side in the ancestral traits, we have been traced down to Daniel Weston, who was on the Mayflower voyage, and beyond him, Anne Boleyn, who was the one of King Henry VIII's wives, who gave birth to Queen Elizabeth I.
Being one of King Henry's wives is about as exclusive as having slept with Zeus in Greek mythology. Meaning to say, just about everyone. Okay, that's not exactly an exclusive group. I'll just say that.
and Chandler, the family name my father had. And from his line, from his side of the family, we have the Cherokee blood. I'm one sets
He believes he's Cherokee. He actually did DNA test after this and found out he's not Cherokee at all. Which I'm not going to fault him on believing the South believe that they're, got like Native American blood in them. There's a lot of stuff behind that, but I'm not going to trash him for believing that. That's something I can fully believe him being told by Bob.
16th. And from among us Cherokees, there are very few of us left because we were big in number, but then came along the forced march on the Trail of Tears. Well, some of us went into hiding.
20 Bucks says he doesn't understand what the Trail of Tears actually is. I'm pretty sure he made a reference to it in his comic, saying we cried Trail of Tears. I think he like I really don't know what he believes about the Trail of Tears. Uh,
Yeah, short line there. Cherokees. We're a respected tribe. We should be respected anyway, even though we were forced to the Trail of Tears.
I really thought he was about to start a rant there against other Native American groups. 'Cause you never know with Chris Chan. Okay? You really never know with Chris Chan.
But that's another whole nother story. You can go read. You can learn about in your local libraries. My mother and my father are both really nice, old-fashioned type people who not only gave me birth at their ages, which my mother is 66 currently, and my father is currently 80. They both just
Okay, they had him when like they were real. Like this is why you don't have a kid at this is why you don't have children past your 40s, okay? Because at a certain point, you're not going to be able to understand the generational gap between you and them.
turned that way in the last couple of months. And I was born in 1982. They gave me the birth then, and anyway, there was so nice of them for them to give me the birth during the early 1980s.
Wait, they said it was nice of them to give him the birth. It's a little weird, Christian, the way you're phrasing it like that.
I was diagnosed with high functional autism, and I lived a somewhat rough life. I've had an abusive babysitter at one time, and some of the teachers and principals of Nathaniel Green Elementary School, and I was attending in later years, about late 1980s, early 1990s. They abused me. They abused me by pinning me to the ground with their hand, holding my wrists and my ankles, pinning me down to the ground.
Wait, what? They pinned you to the ground? I may have to censor out some of this. I don't know how detailed he's gonna get with this. This sounds very
and and audio taping my cries and shouts. But anyway, my mother and my father, they both fought.
So they filmed him screaming while he was tied up. I don't really know why they do that. Odd, if that's true. Might not be. It might be. Who knows? With Chris Chan, it's a toss up. You know, the lies are so believable that they're often true, and that the reality of it is so unfathomable that it's often false. Like, the reality of the situation is so unbelievable that you genuinely can't tell where the lies stop and the truth begins.
The court system, the Greene County court system, which they were not a very nice bunch of people, very nice.
I like how his head bobbles there. You know, it's a very weird, like, little movement of his head. Also, he's got a nice little ketchup shirt going on. That's nice.
Hands down. But anyway, we eventually moved to Chesterfield County for a nice better school system. And one teacher in particular of Providence Middle School, who I would like to give much kudos to, who was
Oh, he's given her much kudos. That's I feel like Christian heard that word once and then he ran with it because he thought it made it sound smarter. I can almost guarantee you that's how it happened. Because I do the same thing.
who not only let me, it was a good person to go by during my mainstreaming. She was also a good leader in my learning to cope. I wish to give kudos to Mrs. Virginia Janice Sanford of Providence Middle School.
I'm gonna hope for her own sake that she's not findable. I feel bad for her. She did not deserve to get wrapped into this. This was not deserved. Teachers already have it bad enough. Imagine having to teach Chris Chan.
In Chesterfield County, whose picture is in the trailer of my CWC on TV DVD, which is also on the YouTube.
I'm pretty sure Chris Chan including anyone in his works could count as harassment, or at least encouraging harassment.
And after being on honor roll throughout Providence Middle and Manchester High,
We know that's a lie. He did not have honor roll. His grades were rather poor throughout that. An assignment where he just switched up between English and Spanish randomly throughout. In actual English class for some unknowable reason.
Science U was first thought up in my senior year and along with a nice bunch of teachers backing me up in my circle of gal pals. I mostly had that circle during my high school years. Anyway, after all that, I graduated. I graduated. Then we moved back to our old home in Ruckersville, where I attended Piedmont, Virginia Community College, and eventually I graduated from there too with a degree in computer aided drafting and design. Also,
To be fair, congrats on Chris Chan for graduating college. That is something we can commend, though. You know, like he at least is trying to better himself. It is a good thing, you know?
known as CAD Camp. And during my high school years, I was used to being surrounded by girls in my circle. And after having to lead them, I felt ever so lonesome.
That made me feel uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable the way he said that. Like, oh, what it feels like to be lonely Christian. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I'm not being picky here. I'd just as easily take anyone's attention and affection as. I don't know. I'm not going to get into my personal life here. Let's just continue on.
And after the stress from some of the people at PVCC, as well as my mental block of autism,
Okay, I do like the little miming he's doing here. The little, like, fist up to his head when he said mental block with autism. That was a little funny. I'll give him that.
it became hard for me to approach the girls like I used to. And I would like to point out right now during my ever since during the whole my whole sweetheart search was started when I turned 21 on February 24th, 2002. Anyway, beyond that date, I never have stalked anybody. Never have stalked. I'm telling you right. I'm telling
When you get to a point in life where you have to say, guys, I did not stalk that woman, that is not a good place to be. Okay? What you did, you should generally not be in that situation.
you right now. All I did was sit around with a sign by my side that said I was looking for a boyfriend, free girl, 1825, yada yada yada, all that.
No black women specifically. You know, that was a whole list. I'll throw that up on screen right now, but like, he had a whole bunch of requirements for what he needed out of a girl. They had to have a job, which I find really funny.
Page. And I did all that because I have feared rejection and the infinitely high boyfriend factor because you cannot tell.
Okay, let me give you a little context here for the guys that don't know Chris Chan out there. The infinitely high boyfriend factor, Chris's fear that any girl he talked to would have a boyfriend. Because when a girl didn't want to talk to Chris Chan, they'd go to the age-old tactic of saying, "Oh, I got like a boyfriend" or something like that. Which some of them might have, some of them might not have. They just didn't want to talk to Chris Chan, so they said that.
Which ladies are paired up and which are not. And wedding rings, that's just a whole different story because they're married. Because it's not like you give every woman a ring who's already paired up.
Christian would like if they did, though. He thinks that would be very nice. At least Christian doesn't try and go for married women. I can respect he has some standard.
This is one perspective. But anyway, I do not move from my seat at all unless I need to go use the restroom. That's it. Okay? I never move from my seat while I'm sitting around waiting for the girl to come to me. Because that's all I'm doing.
Knowing Christian, he probably didn't even leave even if he had to go use the restroom, considering the amount of times he's talked about, him defecating himself, which is an actual thing that he does on occasion.
There, I'll just wait for a girl to come talk to me. Because, like I said, I'm afraid to approach him.
To be fair, Christian, women are scary. I don't disagree.
At that point. So please understand, I am not a violent person. I'm decent. I come from a caring, loving pair of parents. I'm kind, I'm considerate, I will respect your space and your feelings.
He will not. Pretty much everything he just said is lies. Whenever he gets into a high pitch, oh, you can trust me sort of like a voice, that's when you generally know he's like full of it. Uh,
Ever so much. And I apologize for my MySpace profile if it appears to reflect anything on the contrary of all that. I apologize that I appear to be a slow-minded person.
he's not helping himself with how he's mimicking out a slow-minded person. It really does not help. Nor does the fact that I can on the screen right now.
I'm sorry for reflecting any negative feelings towards each of you that have felt them, including those who have had such feelings they have created demeaning web pages. All I ask are those people who are watching this right now is just take them down.
No, Christian. They're not going to take down the EDP page, okay? Or, sorry, that's a different type of person nowadays. The Encyclopedia Dramatica page. I have to say it fully because we have an actual other person called that now. Huh. But yeah, that's not happening. You're a bit of a weirdo, Chris, and you've done some genuinely horrible things to people that did not deserve it.
Please, I'm asking, as an innocent victim of misunderstanding, just take down your web pages or add them to positively better.
Of course, he just wants people to kiss him up. That's all he wanted out of this. That's, of course, what he always wants out of this. Gold Christian.
Reflect my feelings as an individual, as a person, as a man who has suffered like most everybody in this world that we all live in. Thank you very much for your time and listening.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. He just kind of rambles on for the outro. I don't really think y'all need to hear that. I mean, doesn't really say much interesting things there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, shout out to the 200 people that have subscribed. Like, there are way too many of you guys. I'm just genuinely shocked.